Hi. I hope my audio is working. Welcome to the Philsoc Quiz, the second one. Let's see, how many people have we got? Is that working? Oh yeah, sorry, it's gonna do that weird thing where you see the screen a whole bunch of times. There are 6 people waiting. Or maybe you're not waiting anymore, maybe there's a delay. Wait, hold on. I can hear myself echoing. That's because of this. Okay, anyway, I'm going to wait until like 10 past 8 before I actually get going the quiz because, yeah, it's probably better to do that. There might be people who are still getting themselves ready, doing whatever. But yeah, I'll get rid of that awful picture of my face. In case you're unaware, there's a page, we're raising money for charity, trying to raise some money for Medicine Sans Frontières. So if you go to this link, which is in the Facebook event, this one here, then yeah, be great if you could donate. Totally optional, only do it if you can, but be good to make some money for a good cause out of this. Yeah, let me know on chat on YouTube Live if you're here. I'll try and get onto it on my phone so I can see your comments. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, Tom's here. Hi Tom. Yeah, if anyone else is here, make yourselves known. Let me know your team names. I hope you like my logo. Graphic design is obviously a skill of mine. It's the same one as before, but in the number 2. Yeah. Is my audio all okay? Let me know. I think there might be a bit of background noise in this mic, so my apologies. But yeah, hopefully it's not too bad. There are now 5 people here. Nice. Yeah, hope everyone's enjoyed your summer. I mean, it's probably been one of the shitter summers you've had. You know, with pandemic looming. But, you know, going back to uni soon. All going to be online, but still. It'll be nice. Hope to see lots of you there. Hi, Alf. How you doing? Who else is here? That accounts for 2 out of 5 people. 6 people now. DE. I don't know you personally, but nice to meet you, DE. Well, let me think. Are those initials I recognise, actually? Not really. Not really. But, yeah. Hope you're excited for this quiz. There's going to be 50 questions. The rounds are these: general knowledge, philosophy, film and TV, 2020, and history and geography. So yeah, let's get started at 10 past then. Give people a second to get here. Ugh. I don't know how sensitive my mic is. Like, if you heard me sipping that water, I apologise. Oh, it's Yona. Hi Yona. Thanks for tuning in. My personal pick for international officer last year, but you know, we can't all get what we want. I'm still saying yes for Yona. We still got 6 people. I think we're getting a little bit more, so I'll give it a sec. Cool, 7. Are you guys all on teams? Are you playing individually? What are you doing? I know Alpha and Tom, because you talked to me about that. Hold on. Just gonna mute my mic whilst I call my housemate and tell him to get on and do my quiz. Actually, I might leave it on. Hey Albert, you doing my quiz?
Is it on now?
Yeah, it's on right now.
Gosh,
Okay, cheers. Starting in like 5 minutes. In a bit. Okay, cool. Well, that's one more participant. That's nice. Oh, there's a fresher team, as in new freshers, as in like freshers starting next month. That's exciting. Yeah. Hopefully this will be a good first experience of Philsoc. Definitely come along to some actual Philsoc events next year. We do quite a lot. We normally have like thinking drinks every fortnight where we like go to the pub. Don't have to drink, but we just chat about philosophy a bit. But yeah, we'll try and have those. Might have to do them slightly like differently because of social distancing, but hopefully they'll be good. Hopefully see you there, DE. Albert's good, thanks. Alf, he's good. He should be getting on this quiz soon. Oh, and also, just gonna take this opportunity, as Alf has reminded me to. Membership for Philsoc is now free. Next year, it used to cost £3. It now costs nothing. So if you go on, if you go on the Guild website, you can buy a membership. I mean, I say buy. You can acquire a membership for a measly price of £0, and yeah, it'll be good. Oh, Albert's here. Nice. Cool. Albert, when I phoned you and told you to get on this quiz, I broadcasted it to all 10 of these people, or 9, because the 10th one's you. Still got 3 minutes. I know a couple of people were planning on joining, so yeah. Yeah. Alf saying if I could post a link. I will actually post a link to how to buy Philsoc membership at the end of this quiz when I'm posting all the results and stuff. So yeah, if you're interested, just keep an eye out for that, and you can buy a membership. Or again, you don't buy it because it costs nothing, but you can get a membership, and yeah, then come to loads of Philsoc events. It'll be good. It's a nice little community of people. Just nice to meet some like-minded philosophy students, or even people who don't necessarily study philosophy. You can just go there for the drinking if that's what you want, or just for the thinking. You can do one or the other. Yeah. By the way, so with this quiz, like, I'm not marking everyone's answers because they would just be so impractical. So at the end of every 2 rounds, or I mean there are 5 rounds, so at the end of round 2, 4, and 5, I'm going to show you the answers to the previous rounds, and just rely on you guys to like mark them yourselves. Last time I'm pretty sure no one cheated, so let's just hope the same thing happens. There's no prize, so cheating's pretty pointless. So yeah, if you just be honest about your answers, that would be ideal. That would be ideal. Don't ruin it. Don't be a dick. Sorry, shouldn't really say dick on a Philsoc thing, but I've done it now. Said it twice. So yeah, what time is it now? It's 8:09. Give it until 8:11. I mean, I said 8:10 before. I don't know really what that minute's gonna do, but yeah. I'm doing good, thanks, Alf. I'm doing good. Just been working a lot. It's been nice, to be honest, having something to do again after, I'm sure you can all relate, those several months of not doing anything. How are you, Alf? How are you? Rude of me not to ask. You coming back to Birmingham soon? I'll see you soon. I'll be back on about the 20th. Oh, Albert, you can come visit me in Sally literally any time after the 20th. Sorry for everyone I don't really know, and now I'm just chatting to my friends, but that won't be the case for the whole quiz. We'll start doing an actual quiz in a sec, just once we've given people a moment to get here. Yeah. And by... Actually, no, I've got a whole slide about what I was about to say, so we'll get to that in a moment. Nice. Good to hear you'll be there soon enough. Okay, it's 8:10 now. Just going to be 8:11 in a sec. Yeah, in 10 secs, sorry, not 1. So yeah, we'll get started at 8:11. Yeah, true, COVID permitting. I mean, hopefully things will start to move in a slightly better direction and not a worse one. All we can do is hope for the best. Anyway, it's 8:11, which means time for me to tell you why you should donate to Medicine Sans Frontières, who last time we did a quiz, we donated quite a lot. Sorry, we raised quite a lot of money for the Mix, which is like a young people's mental health charity, and it was good. We raised £73, which isn't a huge amount, but still makes a big difference considering no one really had to give a particularly big donation by themselves. So if you could just donate like a tiny bit, that would really be helpful. You can click this link. Obviously you can't click it on my fucking stream, but it's on the event page. So if you go there, or you can just type it in, it's just justgiving.com/fundraising/UOB Philsoc Quiz, and yeah, it'll take you here. You can donate. They're a great charity, doing a lot for people in need, particularly during COVID. It's like a lot of people need medical attention they can't afford more than ever now. So yeah, that would be great. If you go to this link as well, you can read a bit more about what MSF are all about. And yeah, please do consider donating. Anyway, on to the main event, which is the quiz. So these are the rounds. I was telling the 2 people who were here at the start what the rounds were before, so sorry those 2 people. But yeah, we got general knowledge first, followed by philosophy, film and TV, 2020, and history and geography. And that's going to be 10 questions each round, so 50 in total. At the end of every 2 rounds, I'll go through the answers, you guys can mark them, and then yeah, just at the end, send me your scores out of 50, and I'll make a little leaderboard. So yeah, without further ado, let's get going. Round 1 is on general knowledge. So yeah, hope you're all ready. Get your pens and papers or Google Docs or Microsoft Word documents at the ready. Keyboards, obviously. And yeah. Okay, going on to question 1 of round 1. Coca-Cola is the most popular soft drink in every country in the world except one. Which one? Coca-Cola is the most popular soft drink in every country in the world except one. Which one? And by the way, let me know whether you think I'm not giving you enough time to think about the questions, or if I'm giving you too much time, because I don't know, it's hard to think about how long it's taking you guys to think when I'm just sitting here staring at my computer. So yeah, I'll just try and give a reasonable amount of time. Okay, on to question 2. The Ice Bucket Challenge of 2014 was intended to raise money to combat which disease? That's the Ice Bucket Challenge of 2014 was intended to raise money to combat which disease? And that's a screenshot of me doing my 2014 Ice Bucket Challenge in a video which is now private on Facebook, because no way do I want people to see that. 14-year-old me pouring ice on his head. I don't think I donated to the charity in question as well, which is bad. Should have done. Probably should do that now, make up for it, but yeah, the whole point of that challenge was to raise money for combating the disease. Which disease was it? It was called the something Ice Bucket Challenge, so if you know what it was called, then you know there. Okay. On to the next question. I hope me just rambling isn't distracting you from thinking about the answer. Let me know if it is. On to question 3. Which book has the opening line, "Call me Ishmael"? Which book has the opening line, "Call me Ishmael"? Okay. Gonna move on. Question 4. What country was Lego created in? That is, what country was Lego created in? Question 5. Hobgoblin brands itself as the official beer for which day of the year? Hobgoblin brands itself as the official beer for which day of the year? It's a nice beer, this. Absolutely is. Sell it in the big Sainsbury's and Sally. It's like the cheapest 12-pack if you want to buy an IPA from there. Just to let people know. Yeah. I probably spend too much time in the beer section of the big Sainsbury's, but fairs. Who doesn't? Anyway, on to question 6. The political party Sinn Féin is often associated with which controversial organisation? The political party Sinn Féin is often associated with which controversial organisation? On to question 7 of round 1. Elon Musk drew criticism in 2018 for smoking weed live on a podcast. Whose podcast was it? Elon Musk drew criticism in 2018 for smoking weed live on a podcast. Whose podcast was it? I've just seen the comments talking about how we should support Uni Superstore, and I agree. I'm all about supporting Macaulay's or Dave Wines, to be honest. I'm even smaller businesses, but yeah. I miss Superstore. It's going to be nice to be reunited with that heavenly place, that haven. Anyway, on to question 8. How many ribs does the human body have? Question 8 is, how many ribs does the human body have? Yeah, sorry if you can hear a bit of crackling. This mic is just a bit annoying, like, it's not the same one I used for the last quiz, it's worse and older. So as long as you can still hear me clearly, that's the most important thing, but my apologies if it's like a bit crackly. So yeah, let me know if you can't hear me clearly at any point. I'm glad if my background noise is soothing, that's unexpected. But yeah, if you think the human body has, I'll move on to question 9, which is, what is the ridiculous first name of Jacob Rees-Mogg's sister, who was elected as a Brexit Party candidate in last year's EU elections? That's Jacob Rees-Mogg and his sister in question pictured, just in case you forgot who Jacob Rees-Mogg is, or didn't know who he was, not necessarily forgot, which is reasonable. Maybe that reminds you, maybe you just don't know. Fair enough, sorry if you don't. But yeah, she has a stupid name, if that's a hint. Really stupid name. Yerna is actually onto something with counting his ribs. That's probably the best way to go about that question. Anyway, I can't remember if I said this twice, so what is the ridiculous first name of Jacob Rees-Mogg's sister, who was elected as a Brexit Party candidate in last year's EU election? And question 10. Okay, forgive my pronunciation here because I don't speak Latin, or I don't know if anyone speaks it, but per ardua ad alta, which translates from Latin to through difficulty to heights, is the motto of what institution in the UK? Per ardua ad alta, which translates from Latin to through difficulty to heights, is the motto of what institution in the UK? Okay, and that concludes round 1. Imogen, the current president of Philsoc, just messaged me and reminded me to let you guys know that we are currently trying to make a video to advertise Philsoc. So if you remember and there's something you like about Philsoc, please send to the page a 10-second clip of just saying who you are, saying what you like about it, because we're trying to make a little nice video to advertise us. And that would be good. That would just be good to get as many people to do that as possible. Good make as good a video as possible. So yeah, if you remember, Yana, Albert, you guys, or anyone else who's listening and hasn't said much, then yeah, please let us know. I mean, don't let us know. Please send something in. Let us know what's the wrong thing to say. But yeah, please do that if you can. Cheers. Yeah. I can't comment on what Yana just said because I'll be giving something away. Anyway, we are moving on to round 2, which is about philosophy, which hopefully you guys know a bit about, because you might study it. Some of you might not, so my apologies. But hopefully some of these questions are a bit accessible to even people who aren't philosophy students. So yeah, let's get going. Yeah, at the end of this round, so before round 3, actually never mind, I was going to say we'll have a little break, but before the next round, if you guys want to grab a drink or something, or go to the loo, I'd hate for you to be holding in a wee because of me. So yeah, end of round 3, let's say, have a 10-minute break. That'll be good, just letting you guys know in advance. Cool. Round 2, philosophy. Question 1. Which philosopher founded the concept of objectivism in the novel Atlas Shrugged? That is, which philosopher founded the concept of objectivism in the novel Atlas Shrugged? If you've had time to answer that. Again, let me know if I'm going too fast, but I'm going to move on to question 2. Oh, and also, I neglected to mention, if you wanted me to repeat any questions from round 1, very happy to do that. Just try and say in the chat before I get to the end of this round, because there'll be the answers for round 1 and 2. So yeah, just let me know. Or any questions from round 2, just say if you missed a question, I'll go back to it. So yeah, on to question 2. Which philosopher and ethicist first proposed the trolley problem? Which philosopher in Ephesus first proposed the trolley problem? Question 3. Which argument for God's existence is often linked to the watchmaker analogy? Which argument for God's existence is often linked to the watchmaker analogy? Okie dokie. Can I go on to question 4? Which philosopher is very well known, despite having no writings whatsoever? Potentially there might be, I guess, other philosophers who are well known despite having never written anything, but this guy is, oh, I've given away his gender there, but this philosopher is particularly famous and also hasn't written anything, so if you're thinking it could be one of a few, just think like, it's always obviously going to be one of them. There's no one else as well known, for sure. Which philosopher is very well known, despite having no writings whatsoever? Someone's had a go at guessing and put it in the chat. Try not to put your answers in the chat because everyone can see it. Hugo Hazard. I don't know if that's your real name. It's a cool name if it is. But yeah, just try not to put your answers in the chat. For obvious reasons. Okay. Question 5. Which ancient Greek philosopher wrote the Laws? Which ancient Greek philosopher wrote the Laws? Going on to question 6. Which philosopher coined the term bad faith? Which philosopher coined the term bad faith? I'm just going to move my mic a bit, just because I'm wondering if the static Alf could hear is coming from my PC, which I'm just going to move it further away from my PC. See if that makes a slight difference. Sorry, I know that would have been noisy, but that was just me moving it. Anyway, on to question 7. What is the second formulation of Kant's categorical imperative? It's got like 3 formulations, I think. What's number 2? I can't remember if I said it twice. I think I might have done, but I think I probably did, but just on the off chance, I'll say it a third time. What is the second formulation of Kant's categorical imperative? Question 8. According to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, what is the answer to life, the universe, and everything? I don't know why Yana can hear me more in his left ear. I don't really know how to do anything about that, to be quite honest. But yeah, according to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, what is the answer to life, the universe, and everything? Question 9. My apologies if you haven't done any logic at uni, which would put you at a total big advantage here to have done like your logic in first year. But yeah, in logic, what is the name of this symbol? This one, the 3 lines, 3 horizontal lines. Well, you might just know it if you just know a lot about philosophy and you haven't done logic. Good for you if that's the case. But yeah, in logic, what is the name of this symbol? 3 horizontal lines. Moving on to question 10 and the final philosophy question. Which 18th century philosopher was also a bishop of the Irish Anglican Church? Which 18th century philosopher was also a bishop of the Irish Anglican Church? Is my mic any better since I moved it? Like, is it still as staticky? Let me know. Hopefully not. Anyway, if you've all had time to answer question 10, gonna go on to answers for round 1 and 2. So now is the time to let me know if there's a question that you missed in either round 1 or 2. I think I gave a decent amount of time because I just kind of chatted shit for like the whole time whilst the questions were still up on my thing. But yeah, if you missed any questions, let me know now. I think I'm on a bit of delay, so I'll like give it a second. You guys let me know. Cool. No one said that they want me to repeat a question. So okay, fair enough. You didn't notice the difference, I guess, as long as it's not too bad. But yeah, get your marking pens. Well, they don't need to be marking pens. They don't need to be like the red ones. But just get ready to mark your answers for rounds 1 and 2 because I'm gonna go through the answers now. The first 5 questions of round 1 are here. So, question 1. Coca-Cola is the most popular soft drink in every country in the world except for Scotland, because Iron Brew is the most popular soft drink in Scotland. Question 2. By the way, I hope you can see. I hope it's not like. Let me actually just have a look. Actually, no, you can see the answers relatively well. Cool. I just saying I hope you can see the answers because the text is kind of small. But yeah, number 2. The 2014 Ice Bucket Challenge craze was intended to raise money to combat ALS, or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. So yeah, you can have ALS or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, or both if you manage to be showed off by writing both of them down. Question 3. The book with the opening line "Call me Ishmael" was Moby Dick. It's Moby Dick. Question 4. Lego was created in Denmark. Question 5. Hobgoblin brands itself as the official beer for Halloween. Yeah, it's the official Halloween beer, apparently. Yeah. So if you got those 5 questions marked, I'll go on to the next ones. I would have put all of round 1 and round 1's answers in one slide, but they wouldn't fit. Cool, so part 2 of round 1. The political party Sinn Féin is often associated with the IRA. I realised I kind of gave that away a little bit as I was like going through the questions, because I put a little like Sinn Féin logo with an Irish, with like the Irish, like a picture of Ireland on it. So maybe that kind of gave it away. Hope it didn't. If you got the question because of that, well done. Very perceptive. But yeah, they're associated with the Irish Republican Army, or IRA. Question 7. Elon Musk drew criticism in 2018 for smoking weed on Joe Rogan's podcast. I think like the Tesla stock prices went down a whole bunch just because of that. So not a great career move it seems, but quite jokes. Question 8. How many ribs does a human body have? It's 24. It was funny that Yerna said he was counting his ribs, because this was the only question in the quiz which I stole from another quiz. And it's just because I liked it. It was a quiz I did in lockdown where this question got asked, and I actually counted my own ribs and therefore got the right answer. So I just thought that was quite fun. So if you counted your ribs, that's the best way to go about that question. Well done. I guess if you're like really lanky and skinny like I am, it's really easy to count your ribs, because yeah. So yeah, 24 ribs. Question 9. The first name of Jacob Rees-Mogg's sister, who was elected as a Brexit Party candidate last year in the EU elections, was Annunziata. That's fine if you can't spell it, because, I mean, when in your life will you need to know how to spell Annunziata? But yeah, Annunziata Rees-Mogg. It's her first name. Well, her whole name actually. But question 10. Per ardua ad alta is the Latin motto of the University of Birmingham. So yeah, it's like if you look at the logo, that's yeah, it's what it says on that big book. Which, yeah, I didn't know that until I looked it up for this quiz. So well done if you did. Oh well, maybe Yana has less ribs than we do. Could be the case. So yeah, human bodies in general have 24. Or maybe you just counted 6 short somehow. It's probably more likely the latter, yeah. But yeah, so that's the answers for round 1. Hope you've managed to tick, or God forbid cross, all of your answers, depending on whether you got them right. Moving on to the answers for round 2 on philosophy. The philosopher who founded the concept of objectivism in the novel Atlas Shrugged was Ayn Rand. Yep. Yeah, the game Bioshock, I saw someone was talking about Bioshock in the chat. If you've played Bioshock, that's like loosely based on that novel. But yeah, that's where Ayn Rand founded objectivism. Question 2. The trolley problem was proposed by Philippa Foot. Great philosopher. Might write my dissertation on her actually. But yeah, Philippa Foot. Might have done her in first year ethics if you've been in first year philosophy. Question 3. The argument for God's existence that is linked to the watchmaker analogy is the teleological argument or design argument. It kind of goes by both names, so absolutely have either. Question 4. Which philosopher is very well known despite having no writings whatsoever? It was Socrates. Well done, Hugo Hazard, but please don't put it in the chat next time. You were right. I hope you're very proud of yourself. Question 5. The ancient Greek philosopher who wrote the Laws was Plato. It was the last book he ever wrote. Or dialogue. I think it was a dialogue. But technically a book, it's just like a book that's basically a long chat. So if you've got those 5 answers, move on to the next bit. Which philosopher coined the term bad faith? That was Jean-Paul Sartre. Question 7, a second formulation of Kant's categorical. Okay, so the stream should be back now. Let me know if you can hear me. Sorry, my internet just went. That never happens. Hasn't happened in, yeah, a long time. It's really bad timing. Okay, cool. DE, you can hear me. Amazing. Cool. I'll just get on. I'll just let people know on the Facebook event. Okay, just to check, because I'm not sure exactly when the stream went offline, but did I get to the end of the answers for round 2? If not, let me know where I got to. I mean, I know they're all up on the screen anyway, but I can just go through them quickly, just in case anyone missed them. Oh, amazing. Everyone can hear me. That is what I like to hear. Okay, cool. Okay, just in case you missed round 2's answers. So we definitely got all of these ones right, the first 5. Here's the second 5. So yeah, if anyone can't read them. Okay, cool. I'll do the last couple anyway quickly. Like when like 8:55, just because that's when I said the stream would be back up. Cool. Yeah, because like I didn't know that it stopped working. I could just see on my phone that like right as I started round 3, like everyone left, and I was like, oh, is my quiz that bad? But that's a relief. But it was fixable. Technical issues. I turned my Wi-Fi off and on again, and that did the trick. Hear myself on here, and I don't want to be able to. Okay, it's 8:55 now. Hopefully people are back. Yeah. So those last couple of answers are round 2. What is the second formulation in Kant's categorical imperative? It's that. Do not treat others merely as means to an end, but rather as ends in themselves. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Question 8, that is, says that the answer to life, the universe, and everything is 42. 9, in logic, that symbol is called a material biconditional, or logical biconditional, or this was actually a mistake. I meant to write biconditional, but I just wrote conditional, so, or a biconditional. So any of those 3 things are fine. And the 18th century philosopher, who was also a bishop of the Irish Anglican Church, was George Berkeley. Okay, I guess we can go on to round 3 now, right? If anyone did miss any of those answers, just put in the chat, and I'm happy to go back. So, yeah. On to round 3, and again, if I miss any questions, just, if you miss any questions, just tell me, and I can go back. Round 3, question 1. Rickety Cricket is a recurring character in which show? Rickety Cricket is a recurring character in which show? Cool. Question 2. In Game of Thrones, what did Ramsay Snow force Theon Greyjoy to call himself? In Game of Thrones, what did Ramsay Snow force Theon Greyjoy to call himself? Yeah, apologies if you haven't watched Game of Thrones, might make this quite hard. I just figured it's a show which, like, everyone has seen. I think I was fairly late to watching it, because, yeah, it just seems like most people watch that show. But, yeah. Question 3. What chain of chicken restaurants is the front for Gus Fring's meth distribution operation in Breaking Bad? So what's the name of the chain of chicken restaurants in Breaking Bad that serves as the front for Gus Fring's meth distribution operation? Question 4. Which Marvel Cinematic Universe film has had its release postponed due to COVID-19? Which Marvel Cinematic Universe film has had its release postponed due to COVID-19? Okay. Question 5. Which film director finally won the first Oscar of his career by being awarded Best Adapted Screenplay for BlacKkKlansman in 2019? Which film director finally won the first Oscar of his career by being awarded Best Adapted Screenplay for BlacKkKlansman in 2019? Good film, that. Recommend it. So yeah, on to question 6. What horror film set on a Zoom call has become popular during lockdown? This only came out about 2 weeks ago, this film. So yeah, what horror film set on a Zoom call has become popular during lockdown? Question 7. Which is the only Christopher Nolan film whose title is a palindrome? Yeah. If you know what a palindrome is. I don't know if saying what it is would give the question away, or whether part of the question is knowing what a palindrome is. Fuck it. A palindrome is a word that like reads the same way forwards as it does backwards. Just in case. Just don't want like. Yeah. So cool. Which is the only Christopher Nolan film whose title is a palindrome? Question 8. Who is set to play Batman in The Batman in 2021? Upcoming Batman film. Had a trailer like 2 days ago. Can't remember if I said it twice, so who is set to play Batman in The Batman in 2021? I don't think I need to say all the questions twice, but like, I feel like it's just a thing people do in quizzes, so I'm doing it. Anyway, question 9, let's go, is what is the highest rated film of all time on IMDb that has a score of 9.2? So the best film of all time according to IMDb's top 250 page. What is the highest rated film of all time on IMDb with a score of 9.2? And question 10. Which Simpsons character was widowed in season 11? Which Simpsons character was widowed in season 11? So, yeah. Okay, that's round 3. Obviously was gonna do a break at the end of that round, but we kind of had one when my internet crashed at the end of round 2. So hopefully we're good. But yeah, if you missed any questions, try to let me know by the end of round 4 what you missed, so I can go back and let you know. Yeah, sorry, some weird noise just started coming from outside my window. That's why I went quiet for a second. I was just looking at it to see. I mean, you can't look at a noise. Anyway, I couldn't work out what it was. So round 4 is on 2020, but a sad face because 2020 was just a shit year. Let's go into question 1, which is, who was recently announced to be Joe Biden's running mate for November's election? Who was recently announced to be Joe Biden's running mate, so his vice president nomination for November's election? Question 2 of round 4. On what date did the UK enter a lockdown? And I figured this might be open to debate slightly, because people might be like, oh, when we started social distancing, that's a lockdown. So specifically, the day Boris said you're not allowed to leave your homes at all, unless you're an essential worker or you're doing your 1 bit of daily exercise. What date did we actually enter lockdown? I think that's fairly indisputably the day we entered a lockdown. Didn't want anyone to complain. So, yeah. What date did the UK enter a lockdown? Okay, cool. Imogen, I'll go back to the start of round 3 at the end of this round. I'll try not to forget. Well, I won't forget. But yeah, so that you can get questions 1 and 2. Moving on to question 3 of round 4. Who is the Education Secretary at the moment? So people kind of hate him because of everything that's happened with A-level results recently. But yeah, who is the Education Secretary currently? Question 4. What is the name of Grimes and Elon Musk's baby? Their baby son, who was born in May. Yeah, I want his full name if possible. I mean, not the surname, but yeah, his whole weirdly long Christian name. What is the name of Grimes and Elon Musk's baby son, who was born in May? Actually, it's not even that long, but I don't know. It's hard to say anything else without giving it away. Okay, so on to question 5 of round 4. Who has this year become known as America's Doctor? Oh, yeah, no, I don't know if you can be forgiven for like slight misspelling. We'll see about that. But yeah, as long as what you write sounds right, as long as it's phonetically accurate, you can have that. But yeah, who has this year become known as America's Doctor? No, Albert, they were basically allowed to name it what they named it. It never really changed the name. I'll explain what happened like when I'm doing the answers. Don't want to give it away. Anyway, on to question 6. A statue of whom was pulled down and chucked into Bristol Harbour during a Black Lives Matter protest earlier this year? A statue of whom was pulled down and chucked into Bristol Harbour during a Black Lives Matter protest earlier this year? Okay, on to question 7. What did Amber Heard allegedly leave in Johnny Depp's bed, contributing to their marital breakdown? What did Amber Heard allegedly leave in Johnny Depp's bed, contributing to their marital breakdown? Question 8 is, what is the name of TikTok's Chinese parent company who are thought to be cooperating with authorities in Xinjiang province where Uyghur Muslims are allegedly being persecuted? I had to write allegedly in case any people from the Chinese government are tuning into my quiz and aren't happy with me making these unsubstantiated claims. But yeah, what is the name of TikTok's Chinese parent company who are thought to be cooperating with authorities in Xinjiang province where Uyghur Muslims are allegedly being persecuted? It's like the whole reason TikTok's getting banned in places. It's got this kind of dodgy parent company. What's it called? I think this is actually quite a hard question. I think it's probably the hardest question I've got on my quiz. But great if you know it. Question 9. Which Iranian general's assassination was ordered by Trump at the start of 2020? I remember when this was like such a big deal, and like that made people think 2020 was going to be a bad year. And then, obviously, coronavirus happened. And it was shit. But yeah, which Iranian general's assassination was ordered by Trump at the start of 2020? Question 10. What market town, named after a central landmark, did Dominic Cummings drive to in order to test his eyes during the peak of lockdown? And I put test his eyes on quotation marks because I don't think he was testing his eyes. But maybe he was. So, what market town, named after a central landmark, did Dominic Cummings drive to in order to test his eyes during the peak of lockdown? Okie dokie, so that's the end of round 4. Before we do the answers, it's going to go back to the start of round 3, because Imogen missed a couple of questions. Again, guys, let me know if any of the rest of you missed any questions, and I'll happily go back. So, question 1, Rickety Cricket is a recurring character in which show? And question 2, in Game of Thrones, what did Ramsay Snow force Theon Greyjoy to call himself? Cool. So, if we're ready for the questions, the answers to rounds 3 and 4, great. I'll move on to them. So, round 3. Question 1, Rickety Cricket is a recurring character in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Great show. Question 2, in Game of Thrones, Ramsay Snow forces Theon Greyjoy to refer to himself as Reek. Question 3, in Breaking Bad, Gus Fring's chain of chicken restaurants is called Los Pollos Hermanos. Chicken Brothers in Spanish. Question 4, the Marvel Cinematic Universe film that's had its release postponed due to COVID-19 is Black Widow. Question 5, which film director finally won the first Oscar of his career by being awarded Best Adapted Screenplay for Black Klansman? That was Spike Lee. Yeah, he'd almost won an Oscar a whole bunch of times for Do the Right Thing, and just gotta have it, but finally got one for Black Klansman, which was good. Question 6 of round 3. The horror film set on a Zoom call was called Host. I haven't actually seen it, but I want to. It's meant to be good. Although, how good can a film just all filmed on Zoom be? But still, it is meant to be good. Question 7. The only Christopher Nolan film whose title is a palindrome is Tenet, which actually comes out I think today, Today. Maybe in 2 days' time. So, yeah. It's Tenet. Which reads the same as it forwards as it does backwards. Question 8. Robert Pattinson is set to play Batman in The Batman in 2021. So that's Robert Pattinson as the answer. Question 9. The highest rated film of all time on IMDb, with a score of 9.2, is The Shawshank Redemption, which is a quality film. Question 10. The Simpsons character who's widowed in season 11 is Ned Flanders, because his wife Maud dies in the episode Alone Again, Natura Diddley, which is a really sad episode of The Simpsons. So Ned Flanders gets widowed in season 11 of The Simpsons. That's all for round 3. Question answers for round 4. Who was recently announced to be Joe Biden's running mate for November's election? That's Kamala Harris. Question 2. The date that the UK entered a lockdown was the 23rd of March 2020. to be honest, have like the 24th of March 2020 as well. I'll allow that, because it's kind of like lockdown was announced in the evening, and even though it came into effect that evening, only properly came into effect on the morning of the 24th of March in a way. So I'm happy to allow 24th of March as well as the 23rd. Question 3. The Education Secretary is Gavin Williamson, who's refused to resign, which is a bit peak, probably should have done. Question 4. The name of Grimes and Elon Musk's baby son, who was born in May, is XA, that weird symbol that's like A and E put together, A12. Albert, they weren't allowed to call him XAAVII, or no, something else, which is 12 in Roman numerals. I actually can't remember what it was. Maybe it was VII. No, that's 7. I don't know. They weren't allowed to use Roman numerals in the name, so they used a number instead. Oh, actually, maybe I'm getting that the wrong way around. I think they weren't allowed to call it A12 because they weren't allowed numbers, so they used Roman numerals. But yeah, so I'll accept it with or without the Roman numerals. If you spelt it without that weird AE symbol, that's fine. But yeah, XAE A12 is the name of Grimes and Elon Musk's son. Question 5. Dr. Anthony Fauci, or Tony Fauci, has become known as America's doctor. He's that little guy with glasses who stands next to Trump in all his announcements. He's a bit of a meme. You might know who he is. Hopefully you do. Hopefully you got that right. But yeah. On to question 6 of round 4. A statue of whom was pulled down and chucked into Bristol Harbour during a Black Lives Matter protest earlier this year? That was Edward Colston. Big slave trader, I think. I actually know that much about him. But yeah, fucking. So yeah, Edward Colston was the answer to round 6. Question 7 is my favourite answer in this quiz. What did Amber Heard allegedly leave in Johnny Depp's bed, contributing to their marital breakdown? Is a poo. So yeah, a poo is the answer to round 7. Or I'll accept any variant of that. Shit. Whatever, I'm not going to keep listing words with poo, that'd be not okay. Question 8. What is the name of TikTok's Chinese parent company, who are thought to be cooperating with authorities in Xinjiang province where Uyghur Muslims are allegedly being persecuted? Really wordy question, that. Maybe I should have condensed the word in that question a bit more. But TikTok's Chinese parent company are called ByteDance. So yeah, well done if you got that. The Iranian question 9. The Iranian general whose assassination was ordered by Trump at the start of 2020 was Qasem Soleimani. If you just got Soleimani, that's fine. Question 10. What market town named after a central landmark did Dominic Cummings drive to test his eyes during the peak of lockdown? That was Barnard Castle. The town of Barnard Castle, named after the castle of Barnard Castle that is there. So yeah. If you've all got your answers to round 4, 3 and 4 marked, I'll move on to the final round, which is round 5, on history and geography. Shit, Yana did better in round 4 than he did in the previous 3 combined. If those rounds were really hard, sorry. I did try to make them not too hard. I actually thought I did okay, but if people did badly on them, seems like maybe not. But if you found them hard, seems like a lot of people might have done, so hopefully won't mean you're at too much of a disadvantage. But yeah, well done if you did do well on the first 3 rounds. So, final round on history and geography. Let's go. Question 1. Which wife survived Henry VIII? Sorry, yeah, that should say 8th, it says 7th. Sorry. Which wife survived Henry VIII? Cool, question 2. In which city were Richard III's bones found in a car park in 2012? In which city were Richard III's bones found in a car park in 2012? Question 3. In what year did the Battle of the Somme take place? In what year did the Battle of the Somme take place? Okay, question 4. In what year did the Spanish flu pandemic start? Getting topical with the pandemic questions. In what year did the Spanish flu pandemic start? It lasted 2 years, but what year did it start? Okay, question 5. Which communist leader was responsible for the Cambodian genocide? So, who was... I was going to say president, not the president of Cambodia, but the leader of Cambodia at the time of the Cambodian genocide, who, yeah, people generally think was responsible for it. One of the biggest ever genociders after Hitler. Not a good person. Yeah. Which communist leader was responsible for the Cambodian genocide? I think not a good person might be a bit of an understatement to describe genocidal leaders. Anyway, I don't know what to call. That seems like the wrong term, but yeah. Question 6. Let's go. Question 6. On an up-to-date map, what country would Chernobyl be in? Might be pronouncing Chernobyl wrong. Chernobyl. On an up-to-date map, what country would Chernobyl be in? Question 7. Which British county is home to the Lake District? Which British county is home to the Lake District? Okie dokie, so on to question 8. Which European country is the home of the town with the longest name in the world? The longest name of any town in the world. Which European country is the home of the town with the longest name in the world? Moving on to question 9. What is the only country in the world beginning with the letter O? What is the only country in the world beginning with the letter O? Okay, and the final question of the whole quiz. Question 10 of round 5. What is the capital of Kyrgyzstan? What is the capital of Kyrgyzstan? I hope this isn't hard. I guess it is quite, but like, if you know a lot about capitals, then you should be fine. Or maybe it should be hard. I don't know. What is the capital of Kyrgyzstan anyway? So yeah, just let me know quickly if you want me to repeat any questions from round 5. And yeah, it is weird there's only one country that begins with O, Yona. But I checked, and there definitely is only one, so if you can think of one, then that's it. Okay, that is the whole quiz. Let's move on to your answers for round 5. And yeah, once you've done your answers, just send me either a photo of your answer sheet or just your total out of 50 to the Philsoc page, or you can post them on the event page for this quiz. Or if you have me on Facebook, George Lewis, you can just message them to me. Whatever, and I'll give it like 20 minutes so that everyone has a time to send them to me, and then I'll post a little leaderboard up in the event. So, nice. Answers round 5. Which wife survived Henry VIII? That was Catherine Parr. Question 2. In which city were Richard III's bones found in a car park in 2012? That was Leicester. Question 3. In what year did the Battle of the Somme take place? It was 1916. Question 4. In what year did the Spanish flu pandemic start? That was 1918. Question 5. The communist leader responsible for the Cambodian genocide was Pol Pot. Question 6. On an up-to-date map, what country would Chernobyl be in? It would be in Ukraine. It was in the Soviet Union at the time, but yeah, would be in Ukraine now. Question 7. Which British county is home to the Lake District? That's Cumbria. Question 8. Which European country is the home of the town with the longest name in the world? That's Wales. I'm absolutely not having a go at pronouncing the name of that town, but yeah, well done if you got Wales. Yeah, question 9. What is the only country in the world beginning with the letter O? That was Oman. And question 10, finally, the capital of Kyrgyzstan is Bishkek. So good job if you got Bishkek. Anyway, yeah. So mark your answers for round 5 then. Count up your totals. Donate to Medicine Sans Frontières if you can. That'd be great. And yeah, when you send me your scores, please send me your team name, or if you did the quiz on your own, just send me your name. Or maybe not, because it'll just say it's a message from your name, so maybe that's fine. But yeah, if you can donate, that would be amazing. Thank you very much for doing this quiz. It's been a pleasure. Good luck with your results on it. Yeah, that's basically me done. Thank you very much. I will see you guys next year, hopefully. Well, not next year, the next academic year, next month. Have a good one.